we're going to continue on with the If I Only Kept One series. You guys have been really enjoying this, giving some great feedback, and it's been really fun just to see your guys' thoughts, hear what you have to say about various houses. And one of the subscribers wanted to see MFK. Now, MFK isn't a house that I give a lot of attention to. I only have a few of their fragrances, but the ones I have I really like. And this one, I will say, was a bit harder, and I may ruffle some feathers with this one. But my pick for the one that I would keep, if I could only have one, is Amyris Homme. I know, it's an odd pick, especially when you have things like Grand Soir, Gentle Fluidity Silver, Oud Satin Mood. I don't care for that one too much, to be completely honest. But this one is the one that I keep going back to already, that I wear the most out of the house. It fits my vibes really well, and I think this is such a sleeper in the lineup and is worthy of being the only one I keep. Let's go ahead and dive into it. I'm going to give myself a little refresh on this one because the opening is lovely, the entire fragrance is lovely, and yeah. So this can be found in a couple sizes. The 2.4 ounce, which is what I have here, retails for $265. Or you can get the big boy, the 6.8 ounce, for $515. Now, obviously, that's a lot of fragrance, but if you really love the fragrance, if you only have a couple, the big one may be worth it. And obviously, you can find these on discounters. The perfumer was Francis Kurkdjian. What do you know? It's his house. The scent profile, aromatic, woody, spicy. That's kind of my go-to DNA. So are you surprised that I picked this one out? I bet not. So let's go ahead and dive into how it smells. And man, I'm just reminded of how freaking good this is. Wow. Okay, so there's no dedicated top, heart, and base notes in this fragrance. There is a list of notes, and I would guess, we're not even gonna try to guess, but let's go ahead and just go over the notes. So notes include mandarin, rosemary, saffron, amyris, cedar, tonka bean, and iris. So mandarin is up at the top, no doubt. Same with the rosemary. And you get those briefly. Now here's the thing about this fragrance. It is an eau de toilette, okay? So it's very light. It's gonna be refreshing, very just fleeting as a fragrance in general. So these top notes are going to be instantaneous and gone almost as fast. Really juicy up front and a little bit of this soapy herbal. And it's a very good balance of the two. The star of the show here is the amyris. Okay, it's the balance of amyris and iris. Okay, so amyris is a woody note, and what it is, or what it smells like, is this interesting mixture of these piney coniferous notes with a little bit of balsamic. So this sweet dark green element bordering into cedar / sandalwood territory. It's very nice. It's rich. It's clean, non-invasive, elegant, and masculine for sure. When you pair it with the cedar, it just gets even woodier, a little bit drier, a little bit spicier. And the cedar in this one is very apparent cedar, okay? It's definitely dry, more towards pencil shavings, okay? The saffron is at play. It's very subtle, giving just this hint of this red spice to it, this leathery spice. It's so subtle. But then, you know, coming up from the base and smoothing this out, rounding it out, is the tonka and iris. And the tonka is stunning here. Tonka is the most like masculine, next to coumarin version of vanilla. It's spicy, cinnamonic, with these hay-like qualities. And then you pair it with iris. It's nice powdery, buttery, earthy, more orris root style vibes in this. You're left with this fragrance that is clean, it's masculine, it's woody, it's fresh, but it's really not all that powdery. Kind of powdery, but incredibly nice. You could even maybe pick up on some chocolatey-esque kind of tones, which would make me think that there's maybe a hint of patchouli in this. There's almost a lactonic quality to it, which makes me think that there's like a tiny amount of a lactone of some sort. You know, it's a gorgeous fragrance. It's easy. Is it the most original? We'll get to that. But all that said, what you're left with is just a really easy wearing, very French in style, masculine, everyday fragrance. It's really nice. Guys, if you are enjoying the video up to this point, would you consider hitting the like button and join our community by hitting the red subscribe button? And if you're interested at all in this fragrance, check out the links in the description below. It helps me out if you use them. So let's talk about originality. Overall, yes, but the thing that this might get compared to a little bit is Chanel's Allure, like Allure Homme, not the Sport, just the original one, which makes sense because those are usually tonka heavy fragrances with some woody notes. Overall though, this is fairly original, but again, I'm not too versed in many fragrances in this DNA. The audience for this is masculine. It was designed to be worn by a man, and that's how it portrays itself. The age group, 20 and up. This is just a hair on the more mature side, but not far into it. Even a younger guy could wear this. There's nothing challenging about this. Even the piney notes of the fragrance aren't that piney, I guess. It's very easy. It's very approachable, and I love it. The seasons, this is good for spring, summer, and fall. I think in the winter, you'll want to opt for the extrait versions and it has a little bit more staying power. I need to get a bottle of the extrait because I hear it's stellar, but heat does wonders on this. It doesn't last the longest. We'll get to that in a bit, but yeah, spring, summer, and fall. In terms of the occasions, this is a great signature scent. This is a great office scent. This is a good gym scent. It's not the freshest, I guess, for the gym, but it works really well because it's not too strong. This also works great for a night out or a date night because there are those sweeter, powdery elements in it. It's a really, really well-rounded fragrance. Let's talk about the performance. Longevity is not that great. It's an eau de toilette, like I said. You'll get about 6 hours maximum on this. And some may say, ooh, for that price, like that doesn't do well for me. Well, guys, French perfumery isn't exactly the strongest, but it is crafted very well. To me, it's kind of worth the price at discounters. The projection is solid. It's a nice medium all around. For an eau de toilette, I think it performs admirably. It has pulled me compliments before. So it's plenty strong, although it's not strong. Now let's talk about the sprays. This one has a good amount of versatility and where your range could be. I would recommend at least 5. Definitely get it building up just a bit. And if you really want to get noticed, go upwards of like 15. There's enough warmth in here that you don't need to go much past that. I would say personally for me, I'd go 5 to 9 sprays and just kind of get most of my skin, like areas of my skin covered, and I'd call it good there. Now let's go ahead and get onto that final rating. I'm gonna give this one a 7.9. I think it's very nice. Here's the thing. It may be the one that I keep, and you may be like, why didn't you score it higher? Well, because it's not exceptional. I think it's well above average. I think it's a very safe fragrance, but there are not many from the house of MFK that I'm like, oh my God, you have to go try this at some point in your life. There are some, but those are the ones that I don't really, that wouldn't be the one that I keep. I want this one. This is the one I like, but I do think there are far better fragrances out there. Hence why this is at the almost exceptional score. I don't know. Let me know what you think about how I just did that. Like, is that a reasonable, is that reasonable? That I would say the one that I keep is not the one that I think is the best. That's how I'm thinking, guys. Let me know your experiences with MFK, your favorite one from the house below. And guys, if you enjoyed the video, would you consider hitting the like button? Enjoy the community by hitting that red subscribe button. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.